Hello and welcome. In this lesson, we're going to show you how you can select items from this Power BI table and press the order button, and it will allow you to export the information to Excel, and you can also take this information and put it into a SharePoint list. If you have any questions as I'm going through this, you can put them in the chat. So let's go ahead and get started. So the very first step when exporting this information from Power BI is you need to ensure that the Power BI report is in a workspace. All right. So I've already have this in a workspace. I'm already logged in. I'm just going to make sure it's updated. So my file is called car equipment. All right, so it's published to my workspace. And now I'm ready to extract this information out of this Power BI table. So the second step is to get the DAX query from the performance analyzer. All right, so I'm going to go to the Optimize menu. I'm going to click on Performance Analyzer. I'm going to press Start Recording. I'm going to press Refresh Visuals. And right here, this little plus sign, this is the table in my Power BI report. I'm going to click it, and I can go to where it says Run in DAX Query View. Now, when I press this, it's going to take us into the DAX Query View right here. And this is the contents of that Power BI table right here. So the query has already been ran based on this query above right here. So all we have to do is simply copy this query. So I'm going to copy it to my clipboard by pressing Control C. All right, so now it's in my clipboard. Now let's go back to the report view. So I've already copied it. That was step 3. Now, step 4, we're going to create a flow in Power Automate. Now I'm going to remove this button and start from scratch. So I'm going to go to where it says Power Automate for Power BI. I'm going to click this button. It's going to give me this information. I'm going to move this so it's below the table. And I'm going to click the visual, and you'll see the 3 dots on the top right-hand corner. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to select Edit. It's going to take me into the flow in Power Automate. I'm going to create a brand new flow once it pops up. All right, so I'm going to go to New. I'm going to select Instant Cloud Flow. All right, so the trigger that the Power Automate Visual uses is the Power BI button clicked. All right. So the first step I'm going to create is I'm going to type in Power BI. I'm going to click where it says see more. I'm going to scroll down to the list, and I'm looking for this one right here. It says run a query against a data set. I'm going to select it. It's asking for the workspace. Remember, you have to have the report in a workspace. So once you have it in the workspace, you select the workspace that the report's in. Then you select the data set, which is going to be the report name. Remember, the report here is called car equipment. And then it's asking for the query text. Well, that query text is from the DAX query. So I'm just going to paste the query, Control V. There's my query. It's that easy. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to export this information from Power BI to Excel. So now that I have this, I'm going to type in CSV, look for the action that says create CSV table, which says from. I'm going to go into dynamic content, and I'm going to select first table rows. All right. Now, if I don't choose any options here, by default, it's going to give me all the columns. That's what we want. I'm going to go to a new step, and I want to attach that to an email. So I'm going to type in Outlook, Office 365 Outlook. I'm going to select send an email. In the to line, I'm going to send the email to myself. The subject is going to be, let's call it car equipment. Body, same thing, car equipment. Show advanced options. I'm going to click on where it says attachments content. I'm going to select the output from the CSV table. The attachment's name, I can call it anything I want. I'm just going to call it car equipment dot CSV. Make sure you have that extension at the end of your file name. I'm going to give this flow a name. I'm going to call it car equipment export. I'm going to save it. Save and apply. Let's go back. Now, once I went back to the report, notice that the Power Automate Visual turned into a button. So I'm going to move this button over here. Now I can design this button. I could change the background and all that. I like the green background. I could say export. Change the font size, right? Since we are taking the entire table and we're exporting it, we're going to get all the information out of this table and export to Excel. There's no filters at all. So to run this, it can just, since we're in Power BI desktop, we need to press and hold the control key on the keyboard and then press the button to execute. You'll see it says triggering. It's triggered. Now we can simply go to my email. Just give me 1 second. All right, so let me share my screen. So you'll see that I'm in my email. I have an email called Car Equipment with an attachment with the same name. Preview it. And there is the information that's exported from my Power BI report right here with all the columns and all the data underneath. Let's go back to Power BI. All right, so were there any questions on what we went over just now? I'm checking the comments. No comments so far. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to transfer data from Power BI to SharePoint. Okay. So it's basically the same thing. There's just a few more steps we need to add to our flow. Now, I hope I could see the flow that I just created. See, it's not giving it to me. Okay, that's fine. We can create a new flow. We know how to do it. Now, the first few steps that we did before for exporting it to Excel are going to be the exact same steps. We're going to go to Power BI. Run a query against a data set. Select the workspace. My workspace. car equipment, paste the DAX query. It's still on my clipboard. CSV, create a CSV table from first table rows. Now, this is where we need to stop. We're going to run this flow, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to hit save. Or I'm going to go to, let me call it transfer to SharePoint. Now, what I forgot to tell you is you need to have a SharePoint list with matching column names that match the column names in your Power BI table. All right. So make sure you have that set up too. Now I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to run this part first because we're going to need the output of this. So I'm going to run this. Let's see where it's at. All right, the flow ran successfully. Now, here's the trick. All we need to do is select this last step here. And you see here, this format right here that you're looking at, it's in what's called a JSON format. It has the brackets, it has the curly braces, and it has, the key value pairs. So you have the column names and then the value. So we can copy all of this in this section. So I'm going to select all, Control A to select everything, and Control C to copy it. All right. Now I'm going to edit that flow. I'm going to go to New Step, and I'm going to type in SharePoint. Or actually, the next step is JSON. So parse JSON. So the content for parse JSON is going to be, again, first table rows. The schema, I'm going to press this button that says generate from sample. When I do that, it brings me to this dialog box that says insert a sample JSON payload. Well, we just got our sample from our CSV table. So I'm just going to paste that sample right there and hit done, and it generates our schema. Now, what we need to look out for is any of these data types that say integer, like these two right here. We need to change them so it says number. So price is going to be number. Stock quantity is going to be number. All right. So we have number, and all the other ones are string. Okay. Now the next step is going to be, I'm going to send this to SharePoint. I'm going to create an item. It's asking for the site address. So remember, we have to have that SharePoint site already created, which we do. Car equipment. Now, if we go to show advanced options, see, it brings the title or the column names from our SharePoint list. So we click on title. we can simply match. I'm gonna click on part number. We can match the part number, the columns in our SharePoint list to our columns in JSON. So right here, you just simply map it. So you have part number here. We can select part number here from JSON. Now it's going to throw us into this apply to each. That's fine. So it knows it's more than one record. Then we have part number here or part name. We can select part name here. Manufacturer, manufacturer, category, category, price, price, quantity, stock quantity. All right, so now we've successfully mapped our SharePoint columns to what was in JSON that we parsed up here. And now we are ready to test our flow. I'm gonna hit save and apply. Make sure everything is saved. Then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the report. I'm going to press and hold the control key on the keyboard and press the export button. It's triggered. So now I need to see I'm going to go to SharePoint. Just give me 1 second. All right, so here's my test site. Looking for the SharePoint list called car equipment. There it is. And here is the information that was transferred from Power BI table to my SharePoint list. All right here. Are there any questions of what I went over? All right, if there's no questions, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.